Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, and I'm going to be continuing talking about Think and Grow Rich today. So, I am on the third principle of success, and this is actually the chapter. It's called Autosuggestion, and it is the medium for influencing your subconscious mind. Okay, so I wanted to explain like the main idea of this chapter, and basically, autosuggestion is how the thoughts in your conscious mind, they will reach your subconscious mind and influence your reality. Okay? So this will, when I mean by like influence your reality, I'm talking about, the actions that you're taking, your perception, how you're looking at things and looking at your situation. This will influence like how you spend your time and finally how much money that you will actually make. And then let me just like explain basically the whole point of Think and Grow Rich for a second, right? I'm going to be talking a lot about like these different principles, and they all will tie into one another. But basically, like the whole purpose of this book is so that we can properly influence our subconscious minds so that we can take effective actions toward our goals, right? It's called Think and Grow Rich for a reason. It's through our dominating thoughts that we have that through the principle of autosuggestion will voluntarily reach and influence our subconscious mind, right? It doesn't matter whether you have positive thoughts or if you have negative thoughts. What you think about will eventually influence your subconscious mind, right? So the idea here is let's start thinking effectively of our dreams and what we want rather than what we don't want, right? It's like that's the biggest difference between the winners and the losers, right? The people that are rich, they know how to think, and the people that are losers, they're just drifters. They don't think. They would rather die than think, right? I'm going to be explaining a lot about e-commerce and selling online, but the idea here that I really want to like help you guys out with is let's start thinking and growing rich, right? So one last idea here is like you can either start thinking and feeding your subconscious mind thoughts of a creative nature, or if you want, you can also neglect to think like 98% of the population does and allow destructive thoughts to enter your mind and influence your reality. Okay? So I know that was a big idea, and I don't mean to be harsh about it, but it's just the truth. Right, the rich, the people that are successful that I've studied, right, they have found a way to take control of their mind and actually think and create the life that they want. Right, this is something that people aren't going to be talking about, and I know that it's definitely strange and out there, but screw it, like this is the truth, and people need to know about this. So now I want to talk about goals and the idea of concentrating on your goals. So your ability to use the principle of autosuggestion will depend a lot on your ability to concentrate upon like that one thing, that one desire that you really want to happen, right? Your ability to concentrate on it until that desire becomes a burning obsession, right? This is the idea, right? How are you going to actually, risk it all and take action on something that you're really passionate about unless it becomes a burning obsession, right? A lot of people will say that becoming obsessed is a bad thing. No, if you're obsessed with getting rich and having your dreams come true and actually making a life that you want, right, that is a great thing. And we have to start thinking differently about that. So, when it comes to like the goals, right? The thing is, a lot of people, one, most people don't even have goals. And two, people don't understand, how to properly create goals. So what I want you to really think about is, when you write your goals down, you want to write it as already done, right? You want to write it down as like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning X amount of dollars by this date, right? And literally create like a goal card. Like I have this that I'll carry around with me. And then additionally, when I'm waking up in the morning, I'm writing down my goals, right? I'm writing it down as if it's done. And, there's a secret to that. And it's through that repetition, right? I'm telling you, a lot of people get this wrong because, maybe they'll set their goals once and then they'll forget about it. And then next thing you know, like that goal that they had, it just goes off into the distance and they never even think about it again. right? The people that I've seen, that I've studied, that truly make it, they write their goals down every single day, right? I know some people that are so obsessed with their goals that they're writing it down 5 times a day, and throughout the day, so that they're constantly thinking about what they want. And it is through this repetition. This repetition is the secret of us, properly planning this idea in our minds. And so that, that's how you become obsessed with it. And I want you to also understand there's another secret that most people won't tell you about. And this is that you really got to start feeling it is already done, right? What would it feel like, to have like $1 million, or to have all like 100,000 a month coming into your bank account, right? There's a lot of people like Neville Goddard who will say that the feeling is the secret. And so, the one thing that I've mistaken, right? I've been reading this book for 4 years, and it wasn't until I decided to start teaching this that I realized, I wasn't feeling it properly, like feeling it as done, right? I didn't know what it felt like to be making, X amount of money, to have my own business. And it's that feeling that if you can master that, right, that's how you truly start to believe it, right? Remember, there's a lot of emotions out there, and faith, that I was talking about yesterday, that's one of the most powerful emotions, right? If you truly believe that your goal is achievable, what are you going to do? You're going to take more action on it. And so if you can truly believe, if you can convince yourself to believe that you are going to get rich, right, you're going to start taking the risk and taking the actions and actually betting on yourself to go get rich. All right? So that's the conversation. I still have a little bit more, right? Next step is plans. And I'm going to talk about plans for a sec, right? It doesn't matter, right now if you don't have a definite plan for what you want, right? There's so many plans out there, and I've tried a ton of different plans that some of them just didn't line up with my purpose, right? Right now, I am focused on selling online, and maybe that's not the right plan for you. It doesn't matter, right? As long as, you decide that, hey, this is what I truly want, right? The right plans will come to you, and all these are just different vehicles, right? It's different for everybody. But at the end of the day, what you want is the end goal, and you're going to get there somehow if you start like implementing these principles right. So, you can still, even if you don't have plans, start visualizing the money in your bank account, right? Remember, it has to first start in your mind before it can become a reality in your bank account. And I'm telling you, the plans will come. Just keep doing the work every day and keep working on believing, right? That's the hard part. Right, a lot of the thing is the work isn't that difficult, especially when you're obsessed with it. When you're obsessed with doing what you love, right, it doesn't become difficult. But the thing is, believing it is the hard part at first. So become obsessed with the process of getting this idea and just thinking about what you want over and over again through repetition. And then once you start believing it, boom, things start to happen, right? I was scared to death to start talking about things like this on live. And, I just kept repeating it. I had a mentor who helped me keep telling me the same instructions. Mike, you got to go live. Mike, you got to go live. And then finally, I finally decided to just do it. And now I'm making the live videos. And I'm doing the business. I'm doing something that I truly love to do. So that's the idea of plans. I have one last slide. All right, so I talked about the feeling is the secret. All right, last thing that I'm going to share with you today, right? This is the last quote. What's up, Sam? I'm talking about auto-suggestion in Think and Grow Rich. And then one of the last paragraphs that are in this chapter, right, he explains, Napoleon Hill explains that man can become the master of himself, right? And his environment, because he has the power to influence his own subconscious mind, and through it gain the power of infinite intelligence, right? It's not like a lot of people, I'm not sure if people actually still believe this, like whether your fate is determined for you. No, it's not, because you have the ability to influence your subconscious mind and get what you want, right? You can think and grow rich. That's the idea here. It is your thoughts that will create your reality. All right. So finally, the instructions in this chapter, right, they're not going to work unless you apply them with persistence. And that's something there's a whole chapter on persistence, and that's going to be in every principle, right? None of this is going to work if you just do it for a little bit and stop. It's only through persistence that it is possible. And so that's a whole nother conversation. But that's the topic today on autosuggestion. I hope you guys learned something about it today. It's a complicated subject, but it's something that needs to be said. So I will catch you all tomorrow. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.